today I'm going to be doing a tutorial using MAC Full Coverage Foundation. I have done a tutorial on this before on my other channel, so if you haven't seen that, then click in the description bar, there is a link to that. I did do one previous to that and it had like 99,000 views, which is crazy, but I really didn't like that tutorial, so I have put that on private because the newer one is a bit better. But today I thought I'd do an updated one because there's a few things that I'd probably do a bit differently. 3 products that I wanted to use, and as well I'm going to be doing a kind of Christmassy smoky eyes, so yeah, let's crack on. I've gone ahead and moisturised my face and I'm going to be using the Professional primer. There's this whole thing at the moment going around about the using Nivea aftershave balm, cooling balm, as a primer, and I have done this and it's fantastic. I'm not going to use it on this occasion just because, but I would normally, to be fair, I would, if I'm going out for a long day, I would use that. It is absolutely fantastic for keeping your makeup on all day, but I'm literally going to be taking this off as soon as I've applied it. This is the stuff as well, if you haven't already seen it, and it does act as a moisturiser, so if you've got quite oily skin, you can just use that instead of a moisturiser. Okay, so I'm going to go in now. Again, another issue with doing weddings, products get pinched. So I'm actually NC30 and it got pinched, so I'm going to have to use an NC20. I do here have an NW30, which I might use kind of on the outside of my face just to kind of warm it up a bit, but it shouldn't be too bad. I'm going to bronze up anyway. I'm going to take my Sigma Flat Top Kabuki and I'm just going to push it into the product. And what I'm going to do now is just push this into the skin. And as you can see, it's quite light and fair for me. It's very fair for me, in fact. But you hardly have to use any, like hardly any at all. I'm literally dipping it in, just dipping it in lightly and going around, and it's covering. So here I've got some scarring there and I'm just going to pat it in, try and cover up some of that scarring. And it is buildable, so in some areas you will have to build this up. This stuff literally goes on like skin. It looks like skin. It's very, very skin-like. I'm going to take this rounder, more denser brush and just go underneath. You can use like a concealer wheel or something just to neutralise the colours, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not one for applying lots of product just for the sake of covering dark circles. I don't mind having a little bit of circles on my eyes. I think sometimes you can just over process the skin and just makes it look a little bit too much. So now I'm going to go in with this one. I could have mixed them, to be fair. It would just help if you just buy your own colour. But yeah, a little bit disappointed that I seem to have misplaced. So I'm just going to go in now, and you can see it's sort of warming up the skin slightly. So that's the base done. It's really straightforward. You can use something like a beauty blender. I use it to apply powder as well. You can use a beauty blender and it does go on very beautifully as well. Next thing I'm going to use is MAC Prep and Prime, and I'm just going to put a little bit around kind of the problematic areas of my face where it gets a little bit darker. So to contour, I'm going to be using this palette. This is by a company called La Maquillage, and the nickname of the company is Mac Pro, as in M-A-Q-P-R-O, not Mac Pro, Mac Cosmetics. This is the palette is called Fard Cream, and you can get lots and lots of different shades of this. This is really, really good if you're doing like photographic makeup or theatrical makeup. It's not very good for something like a wedding or for day-to-day, though you can wear it day-to-day. It tends to sit on the skin. It's wax-based, and it doesn't, it's very emollient. It's not waterproof. They say if you powder it, it will become waterproof, but I've not experienced that. It isn't waterproof, so definitely not something you'd use on a bride, but I do like to use it as a contour. For that reason, it's okay. Sigma P88 foundation brush, which has red on it. I suspect Sebastian loves to play with makeup, and I'm just going to take a little bit down These also have some salmon colours in them as well, which would go really well, work really well as salmon concealers. And I'm just going to use a damp beauty blender and just tops here. I'm just going to buff this out. I can't be. Do you know, I find beauty blenders really exhausting to use. I don't know if you do, just the whole kind of this motion. They're doing this, just like, oh, it just does my head in. It just, even if you press in, it just, I don't know. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of the beauty. Look, Sebastian's already destroyed it. Can you see? What was the point? Okay, so I'm going to leave that to set, to kind of sink into the skin slightly. And then, why am I holding, this is for the next tutorial. I'm now going to go in with my eyes. The first thing I'm going to use to prime my eyes is the Maybelline Colour Tattoo. I've never used this. I thought it's there, I'm going to use it today. Then I'm going to take the Barry M Dazzle Dust, and this is in the shade 33. It's kind of like a really lovely peachy, like a pink. So the shade I'm going to use today is quite bright. It is Impassioned by MAC. I'm just going to dip a little bit in there. I'm not going to go too heavy with it. Take a bigger brush. This is the MAC 217. I'm just gonna, I've decided to just go crazy with this. I was going to be delicate with it, but why was the point when you can go wild? The next palette that I'm going to use is this Makeup Revolution palette. Now, I was introduced to these by a bunch of girls on a group that I'm on, and I love it. This is seriously cheap makeup, but seriously high quality. This, I reckon, is better than MAC. They're really creamy, buttery, highly pigmented, just absolutely beautiful. I'm going to go in again with a 217, but this is a different one. This one's already been used as a brown. I tend to use it for darker shades. And I'm just going to run it and then go in with a little bit of this kind of mixing a bit of black and this kind of in between black and brown colour. Then I'm going to go back in again with the original 217 with the pink again. Okay, underneath I'm going to go in with the brush that I use, the Barry M Dazzle Dust, and I'm going to run the same brown literally underneath the lash. I'm going to go back in with the pink and just run that over. So now back with the Dazzle Dust, because you've gone over it quite a bit. I want to go back in and just top it up slightly. Just take the pink again and just blend it all in. Now I'm going to use this liquid liner by Maybelline, and it's just kind of like an ordinary pen liquid liner. Then I'm going to take my foundation brush and just tidy up any of these edges here. You can just use some tape if you want. I don't tend to use that. Use these Ardell Demi Wispy lashes. I'm not actually going to put them on. I'm going to put them on, but I'm not going to put glue on them. I'm just going to use the glue that's kind of tacky on there already. But what I would normally do, I usually use Shuamara glue, Shuamara. And what I normally would do is put a little bit on the lash and then a bit on my hand and leave it for about 2 minutes and wait for it to go kind of tacky. You don't want to put the glue on and then go straight in on your eyes, because what you want to do is wait for it to go tacky, and that's when it's its strongest. I have the song in my head. Chickadee chick, da-na-na-na, twirly woos, da-na-na, da-na-na. It's quite a cool tune actually. Oh, I'm devoed about them. If you want to see, I've done a video, I'll put it in the description bar, another video where I did how to apply eyelashes, and you'll see the tweezers there, my beloved tweezers. My lovely Shumo tweezers. So I'm going to go ahead and just quickly fill my brows. So I'm not even going to discuss my brows. As you know, I don't do brow tutorial videos. I don't do filling in the brows. I have no brows. They grow in different directions. All I do is get a tiny bit of brown on a brush and very lightly just over. In fact, in all the other videos that I see where I'm filling in my brows, it's just awful. I'm not one for like shaping. I just don't, it's not me. That'll do. That will do. I think the truth be known, I'm frightened of eyebrows. If I had hair, it'd be okay. Because other people, when I do like other people's eyebrows, I can do it fine. But on myself, you know, because they've all got hair to brush, I don't really have any hair. I'm going to go ahead now and set and bronze up my face. So the powder that I'm going to use is this MAC setting powder, and this is in the shade Soft Yellow. It's a bit like the banana powder by Ben Nye, only perhaps not a little bit as kind of thick. This is a pro product. You can only get it in the pro store. However, some people say they see it on the website, some people don't. I don't know what's going on. I see it on the website because when I log in as a pro member, that's what I see. It's the same with the MAC foundation. This is a pro product as well. Apparently, if you phone up MAC, you can get it. The same with this powder. However, it seems to be appearing on some people's when they go on the website, and some people it doesn't. It's a bit strange. So I don't know. Take your chance, and if it doesn't work, then go and ring up MAC. The way that I apply powder, as you see, and sometimes I do use a brush, but the best way to apply powder, especially with this product, and the way I would do it if I was doing it on somebody else, is to use a powder puff. And I roll up a powder puff and roll it in the product and tap off any of the excess. And then what I'm going to do is just going to roll this product over the skin. So to contour, I've already done my old kind of contour with the cream, a stippling brush, and some MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural in medium dark, and I'm just going to run this in a 3 shape across the face, down the chin, just to bronze up the skin. I really don't like highlighters at the moment that have kind of like a white shimmer to them. I really like these kind of bronzy highlighters. This is by Sleek, and I absolutely love them. I'm just going to mix the middle one, and I'm going to run that over the top here with my stippling brush, and that gives a really bronzy, golden goddess dewy finish. I'm all about dewy finishes at the moment. There is a slightly darker one which I'm just going to run a little bit down here. And what I'm doing to do this, I'm taking it but on the side of the brush. So I'm dusting off the excess, just using it on the side and taking a little bit. And then for my blush, I'm going to be taking this palette by Makeup Revolution. It's what I've been using as a mirror. And I'm just going to take this kind of peachy colour here. And I'm going to use a stippling brush. I always apply my cream blushes with stippling brush, and the reason is if you take your warm finger and pat it onto your skin, you'll lift up the product with the warmth of your finger. For my lipstick, I'm going to be using this lip lacquer by Bourjois. And the reason is because I did talk about this in my haul, and I said I didn't like it because it felt wet and funny, but actually I really, really like it now. It stays on for ages. And I'm just going to run that. I wish I had thick lips. Okay, that's the best I can do. Not, yeah, anyway, that'll do. So there you go. This is a really, really pretty eye. I think it's a really nice kind of look for like a party or something. The foundation's beautiful. I absolutely love it. Like I said, you really do need to get your shade. I'm definitely not an NC20. I'm more of an probably an NC25, NC30 person, but you know, there you go. But nevertheless, like you can see, it's absolutely flawless. So if you like this video, please click like. I would be really appreciative if you do. If you haven't yet subscribed, please subscribe. If you haven't liked my Instagram, please like my Instagram, and please leave any requests or comments or anything below, any questions, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.